Okay, everybody, so we are going to talk about the wolf in sheep's clothing that is Tulsi Gabbard. So, Tulsi Gabbard has kind of become like this 15 minutes of fame type deal that has lasted way too long. So she started off by coming out as your peace candidate, right? She's going to end all the wars, yada yada yada, and she was accepted for the most part, all the way up until the fated night where she absolutely murdered Kamala Harris over her immigration record. And I will admit that was probably one of the most glorious spectacles that I've ever seen in politics. But that doesn't make her some type of saint, like this centrist, rational person that people are making her out to be. So she comes out the other day and slams Clinton with some pretty crazy rhetoric. And I mean crazy, not in a bad way. Like she just told the truth that we all know, and that is that Clinton is very corrupt and all that. By the way, I'm not suicidal. I did not commit suicide. Disclaimer. But she is very corrupt. And she put it out there because Clinton came out, and tried saying that Tulsi is a Russian asset that's trying to split the Democratic Party and all this other nonsense that's obviously not true. They've just, as soon as she destroyed Kamala Harris, which was the establishment's, favorite, they, she's a Russian pawn. She's working with Putin like normal, yada, yada. But this has led to a problem, right? Because with her being like outcasted by the Democratic Party and her ability to completely drag her nuts across other Democrats, she has kind of become like this monolith for right-leaning voters. Those of us that are actually like on the right and might pay attention to politics probably know that she's still just another socialist. But those that just lean right, they see her owning the libs and all this other stuff. I'm seeing more and more like, oh yeah, no, I like her. Like I could probably vote for her, and this is a problem. Not in this election. She doesn't have a chance in hell, right? But she's obviously setting up at this point for an election down the road, right? She's polling like 2%. She's never going to get the nomination, right? But this could be very much be kind of like a setup. So she's getting her name out there. She is one of the most talked about people in this race now, besides Trump, obviously. But she's not going anywhere because nobody thinks that she has a shot. That's pretty common. You can look at people like Rand Paul or Gary Johnson. Whole bunch of people like those politicians, right? They're great guys. I'd support both of them full-heartedly. I really wish that they would be able to get in office. But anyways, a lot of people didn't vote for him just because they're running third party and didn't feel like they'd have a chance. Same here. They don't feel like she has a chance. They're not going to run for or vote for her. And then, people on the right, Trump has this cult of personality. You're not pulling voters away from Trump. It's not happening. The only thing that can happen from here is voters going to Trump, right? So the Democrats' main strategy needs to try to stop that from happening and try to get as many dead people to vote as possible. It's about the only way they're going to win at this point. But I digress. Tulsi's setting up for a run down the road, right? And in a few years, people are gonna be like, oh, I remember her. Like she trashed Clinton, right? She destroyed Harris. Like she was really good. And they'll see her name on the ballot. She's already got the name recognition out there. And this it's kind of a testament to how uninformed most voters are. Nobody on the right would vote for this woman in any other circumstance. I'm just going to rattle some stuff off. You tell me what sounds like a right-wing opinion. Medicare for all, $15 minimum wage, decriminalizing border crossings. She's in favor of sanctuary states, health care for illegal immigrants, as long as they pay taxes, which, I mean, how are you going to tell? Health care for illegal immigrants. Free college. Like, honestly, she's nothing but Bernie Sanders repackaged with a vagina. That's it. Like, that's it. So, the reason why I really hope she gets taken down is because she is a socialist like Bernie Sanders that is tricking people on the right into liking her for the simple fact that she doesn't have a problem on calling out Democrats. This can lead down the road to finally garnering support from the Democrats, waiting till there's a weak Republican nominee, right? And then pulling those Republicans, those right-leaning people over. And congratulations, now we have a socialist president. Because everybody thought for some reason that she was some type of centrist, and she's not. Banning assault weapons. I forgot. Let's go ahead and throw a little bit of She was Beto before Beto, right? Before anybody else was like, yeah, ban all the assault weapons, right? She was already on board with that. I don't care that she's a veteran. It means absolutely nothing to me. I don't know why that's some type of argument from authority. I mean, great, you did your job. Like, you signed up for the military and you did your stuff. That's great. I mean, maybe it's because I did it too, but it's not that big of a deal. There's no reason to laud over these politicians just because they served. A lot of people serve. It's great if you do it. Doesn't make you an expert on anything political. So that's kind of out there. As far as her her peace thing goes, she can shove it on that too, because I really respected her position on being anti-war. You know, she even went over to and talked to Assad to try to end these wars. You know what? I support that. That's great. Until Trump, Mr. Big Bad Orange Man, said he was going to pull troops out of Syria, and then she started screeching like an autistic child that he was abandoning the Kurds just like everybody else. So fuck Tulsi too.